a demonstration of compliance from Her Excellency the Governor?
It is a demonstration of compliance, and of importance is that the letter dated 31st August, that is on page 61, which appears on volume 1B of the Governor's bundle of documents. The clerk of the County Assembly is indicating that they have learned, indicating that the County Assembly, county government, this is to kindly make a follow-up on the requested information to facilitate the commit of the 400 names to the various semi-autonomous boards of the county government of Meru to the relevant committee of the County Assembly for vetting and consideration, excluding the nominees of the Meru County Alcoholic Drinks Control Board, whose nomination has been since committed to the relevant committee of the County Assembly for vetting and consideration. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, despite the clerk of the County Assembly confirming that the list for the Meru County Alcoholic Drinks Control Board and be lent to the relevant committee by 31st August 2023. To date, that vetting is yet to be concluded. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, volume 2 of the County Assembly documents, page 60, is the letter I was referring to, dated 15th July 2024. And in this letter dated 15th July 2024, the county secretary is indicating that is making a follow-up of those, the position of the nominees, whether they have been approved or not, and indicates that to date, the County Assembly has deliberately failed to approve or communicate its rejection of the nominees to the County Executive despite constant reminders. This is a letter dated 15th July 2024. And my emphasis, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, on that statement, despite constant reminders, is because I'm aware that yesterday the clerk of the County Assembly appeared before this honorable House and indicated that the letters, the 3 letters that I have mentioned, that is the letter dated, the letter appearing on the letter appearing on page 54, 55, and 56 of the Governor's bundle of documents, that they are disputed. Those letters are disputed. The clerk of the County Assembly indicated they have never received any letter. For a reminder.
Let's proceed to the next issue. The next accusation is to implement resolutions of the Assembly to dismiss the County Secretary, Dr. Kiambi Tambura, and the Chief of Staff, Mr. Gatobu Nchamba. What's your answer to that, Mr. Munene?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable members. The Governor has been accused of refusing to implement the resolution of the County Assembly requiring the dismissal of the County Secretary and the Chief of Staff. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I'm aware of the information that, by virtue of the position that I hold, that once a report of the committee of the County Assembly has been discussed, that report has to be tabled. Once a report has been prepared of a petition, the report has to be tabled in the County Assembly, and resolutions pursuant to that report made. Thereafter, the resolutions and the answers for that sitting adopting the report is supposed to be forwarded to the executive or to the governor to implement the resolution. I can confirm that the document that the County Assembly seeks to rely on do not include a resolution. They do not include any answer showing whether the report that for the joint committee was adopted by the Assembly or not. So to that end, there is no resolution to accuse the governor of not implementing.
Thank you, Mr. Mnene. Quickly, as a practitioner of law, does the county assembly have mandate to dismiss a county secretary and chief of staff as officers in the office of the governor?
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I'm not aware of a provision in law that mandates the county assembly to dismiss the county secretary or the chief of staff. To the best of my knowledge, in reference to a decision of Kilifi High Court being owned by the Kilifi County government, the former county secretary of Kilifi County, the decision of that case indicates that the county assembly can only move a censure motion against the county secretary. The provision of the law, section 44 of the county government, talks of removal of the governor, the removal of the county secretary by the governor. That the governor may remove the county secretary in pursuant, subject to the terms and conditions of the contract of service.
Thank you, Mr. Mnene. The next question will be, the governor has been accused of illegally dismissing Dr. Ntoiti, CEO of County Revenue Board, Paul Mwaki, CEO Liquor Board, Kenneth Kimathi Mbaye, Managing Director, Meru Microfinance Corporation, and Josephine Kithure, CEO, MEWAS, in usurpation of the powers of the appointing authorities. What's your answer to that, Mr. Mnene?
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, first to note that this is a ground or particulars that were presented before the previous impeachment motion, in which I appeared as a witness before this Honorable Senate, and I can confirm that this was one of the grounds. And the allegation that has been made is not true. The governor did not dismiss Dr. Ntoiti, Paul Mwaki, Kenneth Mbaye, and Joseph Kithure, but Dr. Ntoiti resigned. Paul Mwaki served his term, which his contract ended on, I believe, 15th December 2023. Kenneth Mbaye left, actually abandoned. In that matter, the decision that they are seeking to rely on, you realize that Kenneth Mbaye did not return back to work after the court quashed the county secretary, the former county secretary's letter sending Kenneth Mbaye on compulsory leave. He did not resume his work, so he abandoned work. And Joseph Kithure served his term to conclusion. Until it was terminated by lapse of time. So, and also the allegation that the county government of Meru has been slapped with the 4 million in that decision. It is not true. It is not a correct observation. The county government, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, is not a party to that employment and labor relations dispute. And in the same decision, in the same order, the general damages that were granted of cumulative general damages of 1 million.
Perhaps very quickly, Mr. Mnene, if you could refer the House to the specific documents they wish to rely on.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, page 68 of the bundle of documents, volume 1B of the governor's bundle of documents, it's a request for confirmation on employment of Dr. John Ntoiti, made by the county secretary to the Nairobi County Secretary, Nairobi County. And on page 69 is a resignation of Dr. John Ntoiti dated 14th November 2023. Page 70 of that bundle of documents is a letter from Nairobi City County confirming that confirming the employment status of Dr. John Toiti, that Dr. John Toiti is an employee of Nairobi City County. Page 71 of volume 1B of the bundle of documents, it is a notice of appeal indicating that the parties, the respondent, they disagreed with the decision of the court, and they have preferred an appeal against that decision.
Mr. Minister, I think that is sufficient. I'll move to the final issue. The governor has been accused of having a bloated workforce in his office. What's the response to that, Mr. Munene?
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I confirm that there is such an allegation of bloated workforce, and that allegation, there was a similar allegation in the previous motion in which I also appeared as a witness, whereby the governor is accused of having a bloated workforce. There are documents on the contrary to indicate that the governor has been categorical on the issue of controlling the wage bill in the county. That is by minimizing any hiring or replacements. Through the assistance of my advocate, I want to get to that page. Employment. Page 170 of volume 1B, bundle of documents. This is a letter from the secretary. It's an internal memo from the secretary, County Public Service Board, to the Chief of Staff. It is dated 17th October 2023. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, it's of importance to note that at 17th October 2023, it is the same week that the second impeachment motion was drafted and debated at the County Assembly. This was an allegation that, the document that they sought to rely on, they relied on those documents then, and they're still the same document that they're relying on. In this letter, dated 5th October 2023, on page 170, the County Public Service Board, the Secretary of the County Public Service Board is communicating to the Chief of Staff that we would like to inform you that we have exhausted the available vacancies in the office of the governor as per the Transition Authority Circular of 6th of September 2013. We have concluded on the recruitment process for staff in the governor's office. Attached, please find the list of the officers who have been so far employed in the office of the governor. And Mr. Speaker, honorable members, that list has 29 employees, 19 directly under the governor's office, and 10 under the deputy governor's office. Surprisingly, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, by a letter dated 6th October 2023, that is the following day, the first letter is dated 5th October 2023. The second letter comes on, it's dated 6th October 2023, but delivered on 5th December 2023. That is after the impeachment motion. The first letter is dated, appearing on page 170, is dated 5th October, but was sent to the Chief of Staff on 17th October when it is received. The second letter is dated, appearing on page 175 of the same bundle of documents. It is dated 6th October 2023 and received on 5th December 2023. Page 175, volume 1B of the governor's bundle of documents. This letter, the bond has appointed Gitobu Tunu Gatweri as an administrative officer to replace Ellen Bahati Matilu, who left service. She will be placed in the deputy governor's office. This is therefore to give you authority to load her into the payroll.
What was the response to that?
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, by a letter dated 15th December 2023, it's appearing on page 173, volume 1B of these documents. The Chief of Staff responds on authority to loan in the payroll and indicates that it has been brought to our attention that by a letter dated 6th October, you have ordered the Chief Officer in charge of Public Service Management to loan a certain Gitobu Tunu Gatweri, whom you have apparently appointed as an administrative officer, employee under the office of the governor. This is a protest letter, and on page 174, the letter runs to page 174 of specific importance before this honorable assembly, and Mr. Speaker, honorable members, is that the Chief of Staff says, be reminded also that solely the governor has previously and including in the recent impeachment proceedings, bore the brunt of allegations of bloated workforce under the office of the governor and is not willing to preside over further appointments and overloading of the payroll as suggested by your latest communication. And in the same memo is saying that be advised that there is an administrative officer at the Deputy Governor's office who was deployed and has been there from 23rd February 2023. So the governor is resisting any addition.
Thank you, Mr. Menene. I think you have been clear beyond peradventure. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'll close there in chief. You'll wait for questions, Mr. Menene. Okay,
Council for County Assembly.
The witness seems to have one more issue to clarify as counsel of course.
Very well.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, there is also an allegation that has been raised on the issue of that the governor has been accused of abuse office for paying Kiabi Christas Manyara his full salary while still in remand. I'm aware that the County Public Service Bond, pursuant to Section 59(1)(c) of the County Government Act, is the one mandated with the disciplinary powers. The County Public Service Bond, it has the disciplinary powers, and when it comes to the issue of interdiction of an employee, it's the role of the County Public Service Bond to do the interdiction. And on disciplinary powers, at times the County Public Service Bond has delegated its disciplinary powers through some authorized officers. And I'm aware, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, that the governor is not an authorized officer within the meaning of Section 86 of the County Government Act. So it cannot be said that the governor has failed to interdict an employee under the public service. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Menene.
For the record, Mr. Speaker, my name is Mwangi Ndego. I'll be taking about 10 minutes in cross. Bwana Dixon.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, yes. Yes, sir.
How are you, Bwana Dixon?
I'm fine, thank you.
I refer you to your affidavit at page 24 of your documents, specifically paragraph 3 of your affidavit. you deponed the issue of the revocation of the appointment, correct?
Yes.
Do you dispute that Ms. Miriti was appointed?
No, I don't.
Now, you have also deponed that the appointment was not legal, and you have deponed the issue of revocation of the appointment, correct?
Correct.
And it is your evidence that the revocation was pursuant to the legal advice.
Correct.
And you're on record that the legal advice was done both by yourself and the alleged legal advisor.
Correct.
Now, have you brought to this Senate an original copy of that legal advice?
No.
Do you have even a certified copy?
No.
Now, I take you to that legal advice. Bwana Munene, the legal advice is to be found at page 11 of the governor's bundle of documents.
Yes.
Volume 1B, honorable members. Now, in that legal advice, legal opinion, Bwana Munene, page 11 of the governor's response, volume 1B, marked as KM5. That legal advice, Bwana Munene, do we have someone signing off as who is the author of that document? At the last page, page 12.
It indicates legal advisor.
Do you have it reflecting the name?
No, it does not reflect the name.
It doesn't reflect the name of either the alleged legal advisor or your own legal or your own name, does it?
It does not.
Honorable Senators, I want to move with you to the affidavit of one Linda Gaki Kiome that was filed yesterday before the Senate, yesterday afternoon. I hope we all have that affidavit. It's a standalone affidavit that was filed yesterday afternoon by Linda Gaki Kiome. Now, Mr. Munene, do you have that affidavit?
No.
And in that affidavit, there is an annexure.
I don't have the affidavit.
You can supply a copy.
Okay.
Please look at the last annexure that was applied by Linda Gaki Kiome, the notice of intention to terminate your contract. Do you have that copy, Mr. Munene?
Yes, I'm there.
Can you read the second sentence, paragraph that starts with the word, the reason for termination?
The reason for termination is due to your perennial unavailability to offer legal advice as and whenever the governor requires you.
The second sentence, the sentence preceding before that or after that?
You have also disheartened your obligation as a legal advisor to the governor and instead concentrated on your schedule as a council member of the LSK and also in the running of your law firm.
Now, Mr. Munene, stop at that. So this is an notice of intention to terminate the contract of Linda Gaki Kiome, correct?
Yes.
And the reasons for termination is perennial unavailability and desertion of work, correct?
Correct.
And what's the meaning of the word perennial? Is it not annually, perennially?
Many times.
Many times. When is the date of this letter?
26th March 2024.
26th?
March 2024.
Proceed to the sentence that begins with the word, when the governor.
When the governor raised this concern over the same issue in December 2023, and in an attempt to amicably resolve it, you intimated that due to the exigencies of your schedule, you contemplated resigning.
In December, which year?
2023.
That means that as of December 2023, the governor already had issues with her legal advisor, one Linda Gaki Kiome, correct?
It indicates so.
Is that not the inference?
That is what it infers.
Now, I take you back to the internal memo, Mr. Sorry, before I take you back to the internal memo, I take you to the date of the internal memo. When is the date of the internal memo?
23rd February 2024.
23rd?
February 2024.
Date coming after the governor having issues with her legal advisor, correct?
Correct.
A date coming after the governor having identified that her legal advisor has perennially deserted work, correct?
Not correct.
Do you want me to take you back to the intention to terminate?
Yes, which is coming on 26th March 2024. That is when the issue of perennial that is coming. Yes, 26th March 2024.
Thank you. Now, the paragraph that says when the governor raised this concern over the same issue, what issue was the governor raising in the month of December 2023 with her legal advisor, Mr. Munene? Is it not the issue of perennial unavailability and desertion of work?
It talks about exigencies of the schedule and contemplated. Yes, it is.
Is it not the issue of perennial unavailability and desertion?
Yes.
As of December 2023?
Yes.
The governor had problems with her legal advisor for being unavailable at work?
Yes.
Yet in 23rd February 2024, the to advise the governor. Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Now, if we are to look at the veracity and the legality of that opinion, Mr. Munene, which you have admitted that you did indeed give or issue, and as an advocate, what's the legality of that opinion in light of Section 58.5 of the County Government Act? Can I take you there, kindly?
Yes, sure.
Section Volume 3, County Assembly Bundle Volume 3. County Assembly Bundle Volume 3 at page 51. At page 51. Page 50 and page 51, Section 58 is about composition of the County Public Service Board. Mr. Munene, can you kindly read Section 58.5 of the County Government Act?
I am not there yet, so if you could be assistant with a copy.
Kindly.
Thank you.
Page 51.
Yes.
Can you kindly read?
The members of the board may only be removed from office on grounds set out for the removal of members of a constitutional commission under Article 251(1) of the Constitution. Less than 75. She was an ex-officio member of the board.
Is she not a secretary?
She's a secretary.
Does this fly on the face?
Sergeant at arms. Sergeant at arms, is everything okay?
Mr. I hope my time was post, Honorable Speaker. Now, Mr. Munene, it's your evidence that the...
Just hold on, Counsel.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Now, Mr. Munene, it is your evidence that the secretary is an ex-officio member.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Can you kindly look at page 50 of the same volume 3 band of the County Assembly, section 58(1) on the composition of the board? Are you there?
Yes, I am there.
What is the composition of the board?
The County Public Service Board shall comprise a chairperson appointed in accordance with section 58A, at least...
C, specifically C, go to section 58, subsection 1C.
I'm on 58, at least 3 but not more than 5 members appointed in accordance with section 58A, a certified public secretary.
A certified?
Public secretary.
So is a certified public secretary a member of the board?
An ex-officio member.
But a member of the?
An ex-officio member.
Where is the issue of ex-officio on section 58(1)(c)?
Because...
Constrain yourself to that section. Is a secretary a member of the board? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, in respect of section 58(5), is the procedure depicted under section 58(5) the procedure for removal of the secretary? Correct?
It's for the members of the board.
And the secretary, correct?
Article 251.
No. Mr. Munene, section 58(5), the members of the board may only be removed from office pursuant to section 58(5), correct?
Yes, and
correct?
Article 251.
Yes or no?
Correct.
Now, in respect to the legal opinion, doesn't that legal opinion that you claim to have given fly on the face of section 58(5) and article 251? Yes or no?
No.
Now, Mr. Munene, I take you to the question of boards as paragraph 6 of your affidavit. You've deponed that the letter by the County Secretary dated 18th June 2023 was forwarded to the County Assembly in the name of Japhet Dombi, correct?
Correct.
Were you copied in those letters? Were you copied?
Take me to the letter, I'll confirm whether I was copied or not.
Honorable Senators, the said letters are to be found at volume 1B of the Governor's...
Order, Honorable Senators, there is a lot of loud consultations. Kindly, let's hear the witness in silence.
Volume 1B, the Governor's bundle, is marked as KM9A at page 53.
Yes, I am not copied in that letter.
That letter dated 18th June, are you copied?
I am not.
How did you become aware?
By virtue of my position as a County Executive Committee member.
How did you become aware? Were you copied?
I am not copied in the letter.
How did you become aware with the information?
By virtue of my position in the County Executive.
Who informed you?
Yeah.
Who informed you?
The County Secretary.
Is he testifying in this Senate today?
No.
Now, there was a response that you responded to the various requests by the County Assembly, particularly the letter by the clerk seeking clarification on the missing information. That letter is to be found to be found in page 60 of the same bundle, the Governor's bundle. It's marked as KM9H.
Yes, I'm there.
Is received 21st July 2023, is a letter by the Office of the Clerk. Now, Mr. Munene, I kindly refer you to the last paragraph of that letter.
Yes.
Can you kindly read the last paragraph?
Yes.
Page 60. The Governor's Bundle, Volume 1B.
Kindly also feel free to provide any other additional information regarding the nominations that may facilitate the County Assembly to effectively discharge its mandate. We look forward to your response and clarifications.
And the preceding paragraph, we are therefore
kindly asking for more information / clarification regarding the availability / existence of vacancies in the offices within which the nominations are being made in order to facilitate their transmission to the County Assembly for consideration. This will enable the County Assembly
Stop there, Bwana Munene. Okay. Did you ever forward a response in terms of providing the necessary information as required by the clerk? Yes or no?
Yes.
Where is the evidence? Kindly take us the evidence quickly.
It's on page 54, volume 1B, Governor's Band of Documents.
Did you provide the evidence on the further and better particulars as sought in terms of further information?
It is talking stroke clarifications. It is providing a clarification.
Now, let me take you to our bundle where were you not appointing members of the board to non-existent positions or positions that have already been filled up?
No.
Honorable members, we are referring to page 52 of the County Assembly response. Volume 2, Honorable Senators. Page 52, Volume 2 of the County Assembly documents. Volume 2 of the County Assembly documents, exhibits. Now, Bwana Munene, can you kindly read out that Gazette notice? Page 52, Honorable Senators. Mr. Munene, very quickly, time is not with us. Can you read out the Gazette notice number?
Gazette notice number 538, the Constitution of Kenya, the county government.
Time, Mr. Munene, can you go to the content of the Gazette notice? It is notified.
Okay. It is notified for public information that the governor of the county government of Meru has extended the period of appointment of the Meru County Revenue Bond contained in Gazette notice number 5202 of 2017 for a period of 3 years with effect from the 15th December 2020.
Is that not an extension of the office bearers then?
Yes, it is.
As at 15th December 2020?
As at 6th December 2020. The Gazette notice
expiring
is dated,
for a period of?
The Gazette notice is dated 6th December 2020.
It's dated 15th
and it
November.
says that the extension will be with effect with 15th December 2020.
When was the extension to expire? When was it to expire, Mr. Munene?
On 14th December 2023.
14th December 2023. Now, in your letter dated 18th
September 2023.
In your letter, the letter at the governor's bundle, Honorable Senators, at page 54. When you read that as against the county, the letter by the county, the office of the clerk at page 60. Mr. Munene, at page 60 of the governor's bundle. Mr. Munene, at page 60. We are therefore kindly asking for more information, clarification regarding the availability, existence of vacancies in the office within which the nominations are being made. Is that so?
Which paragraph is that?
Wasn't the clerk asking for information as to which office the members were being nominated to?
Yes, through clarification.
As at 21st July 2023?
Yes.
And that is what you responded by your letter dated 18 September 2023?
Yes.
Did you supply information as to which office that you are nominating those members?
It's not information through clarification.
Did you supply?
Yes, the clarification.
Yes or no? Did you supply? Did you clarify that the office was already having office bearers?
Yes.
Were these office bearers in office on 18 September 2023?
Yes.
To which office were you nominating members?
The nominees of the County Revenue Board are made in anticipation of their lapse of term on 14th December 2023. That is the clarification.
Mr. Speaker, I cede my few minutes to my colleague, Mr. Mawira.
Mr. Munene, the letters appearing on pages 54, 55 to 56. You must be aware that the County Assembly contends that those documents are outright forgeries, correct?
Sorry?
The documents appearing from pages 54 to 56 of the Governor's Volume 1B, you are aware that you contend that those documents are forgeries, correct?
Yes.
And because this allegation was brought out yesterday,
yes,
and the clerk was here,
yes,
have you sought the leave of the Speaker or made any attempts to bring the delivery note of these 3 letters that you purport and that you say you are aware they were received by the office of the clerk?
No.
You've not made such an attempt?
We have not made the attempt.
Okay. Is it a coincidence that these 3 letters, and Mr. Speaker, I do not purport to be a forensic examiner or a forensic expert, or a document examiner, rather, but is it a coincidence that these 3 letters that were in different months, in fact in different years, is it a coincidence that the 3 of them were stamped on the same place, different months, different years?
What do you mean by same place?
Just look at the letterhead of those 3 letters.
They're stamped on different pages.
Stamped, yes, but same place, correct?
Not same.
Okay. I'll leave the Honorable Senators to draw their own conclusion.
Get top quality KEB certified roofing sheets from Rhino Mabati. With many years of experience offering durable products with a 15-year guarantee. Choose from a variety of styles and colors at unbeatable prices. We have Germania tile, Roman Jamie tile, Espana tile, Jamese tile, Jamie Brit tile, box Jamie, corrugated as well as stone coated. Enjoy fast delivery countrywide. Our factories are located in Kitengela and Meru. Call us today at 0729-6289-199 to order Rhino Mabati. Do it best on top.
Soft texture and 3 times faster absorbent channels, the new Morphix diapers help to prevent rush. Morphix, comfy like a mom's hug.
This week on Manspective Africa.
When I was 16 years old, I ran away from home because of the violence. I remember, if you know where Mlolongo is, I walked from Mlolongo to town.
Very far.
I was like, I'm okay being a street child. He told the driver to put me in the boot. And the driver is like, hey, mzee, ni kijana yako. You know, wacha tu akae ndani. We get home, and he had bought a nyaunyo for the day I'd come back to beat me. This violence wasn't just happening in my home. It was also in a neighborhood. The way men were acting around their wives. and their children. I ask myself, is this who I'm supposed to become when I'm older? This woman you're calling your wife is taking care of us in the house. Why are you so unkind to her?
Only on KTN Home.
When I have back pain, I reach for 2 tablets of Panadol Extra for fast relief of strong pain, like headache, toothache, muscle pain, and I'm released from pain to be there for those who need me. Try Panadol Extra for fast and effective relief from strong pain. New Panadol Extra Soluble dissolves twice as fast versus standard paracetamol tablets.
StarTime's home solar solution with solar panels, hybrid inverter, and lithium battery, empowering you to do the things that really matter. A complete and reliable home solar solution. Call us today. StarTime Solar. Power your life.
Mr. Speaker, the first paragraph. Kindly read out that first paragraph.
Reference is made to the above mentioned subject matter.
The second paragraph. I'm sorry, the second paragraph.
On Wednesday, 13th December 2023, during the afternoon sitting, the Joint Committee on Labor, Public Service and Social Welfare and the Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs and Cohesion presented and lent their response to petition number 5 of 2023 by way of a report of their findings on the alleged gross violations of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 and other statutory laws by various county executive committee members and chief officers within the county government of Meru to the Assembly.
Mr. Munene, what is irregular about this communication by the clerk to the petitioners in view of the fact that that report was laid on the floor?
The allegation here is on the county secretary and chief of staff. This particular paragraph I have read does not even mention the county secretary or chief of staff. It is talking about county executive committee members.
It is the heading. It is a response to which petition? Petition number 5 of 2023, correct?
Let me read.
It is petition number 5 of 2023, correct, Mr. Munene?
Mine is not clear.
Honorable Speaker, I think the witness is now filibustering. I'll end it at that. I'll leave.
No, he just said his copy is not clear, and therefore he couldn't read it. Just provide him with a clear copy. We conclude this.
Very well. On my copy, it is petition number 5 of 2023. Can you see that?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, petition number 5 of 2023.
Mr. Munene, to the best of your knowledge, is that the petition that was presented by 1611 members of the public?
Sorry?
To the best of your knowledge, Mr. Munene, is that the petition that was presented by 1611 members of the public with respect to all these officers, chief officers, CECMs?
Yes, it is.
And the county secretary as well?
Unless I confirm.
Unless you confirm?
Yes.
I'll leave it at that, Honorable Speaker.
Mr. Munene, I'll be very brief with you. Kindly confirm that prior to your admission as an advocate, you underwent a rigorous training in the advocacy training program, correct?
I confirm.
And that during that training, you must have interacted with a topic called legal drafting.
Legal drafting?
You must have been trained in legal drafting, correct or not correct?
Correct.
And as such, I refer you to the opinion by the questioned opinion by Advocate Linda. In that drafting, you are taught on how to do legal document, correct or not correct?
Correct.
For example, you are taught on how to draft a letter, yes?
Yes.
And any other legal? And any other legal correspondence, correct?
Yes.
And you are told the characters that must appear on any legal document, yes?
Not all.
You are taught on the characters that must appear on any legal document, yes or no?
Yes.
And as such, in any legal document, there must be an identification of the person drafting that document, yes?
Yes.
Kindly look at that document.
I am on it.
Does it bear the person drafting it?
Yes.
Look at where the signature is purportedly embossed or placed. Does it bear the person drafting it?
Yes, legal advisor.
No. What is the name of the person who drafted that document?
The name is not there, but the title is.
That is not there, correct?
Yes.
That is what you are taught in law school, yes?
Yes.
Thank you. Let me finally ask you one more question. You communicated to the Senate that you also act as a legal advisor, correct?
Sorry?
You said that you advised the governor,
yes,
in conjunction with Linda on how to deal with that issue of the CEO, correct?
Yes.
And that you acted as a legal advisor, correct?
Yes.
What is your job description? What is your job description, Mr. Munene?
To advise the governor.
What is your constitutional job description? Are you a legal advisor or are you a CEC?
I am a CEC.
You are a CEC?
Yes.
Who also doubles up as a legal advisor, correct?
That is part of my...
I'm asking who also doubles up?
Yes.
So you have two job descriptions, correct?
Part of advice...
You have two job descriptions, Mr. Munene?
No.
Kindly look at the TA, Transitional Authority document appearing on volume 3, volume 2, at page that one, the Transitional Authority. Look how umetoa. Transitional Authority, you had it. A moment.
Page 2, it is page 191.
Page 191.
Of volume 2.
Volume 2. See that one? Serious? Okay, just get it. But before we go to that, as I look for it, Mr. Munene, you are aware? Mr. Munene?
Yes.
176. Wachana na katiba. Haiko hapo. One. Page 178, Honorable Senators. You are aware that there was a transitional authority that was constituted that was to oversee the transition from the local government to the county government, correct?
I'm aware.
And that during that particular of trying to formulate the county government, they issued a communique dated 16th of September 2013, correct?
Correct.
And that document creates the offices that were to work under the governor's office, yes?
Yes.
And that you, as a CEC, is part of what is contemplated, yes?
No, it is not. CEC is in the County Government Act. It's not in the transition.
Honorable Senators, I'm looking at page 108 or 180 of that document. Yes? Volume 2, page 180. Mr. Munene?
Yes, I'm there.
Can you see where there is a provision for the legal advisor?
Yes.
Are you the legal advisor to the governor?
No.
Thank you. No further questions.
County Assembly, are you done with your cross-examination?
Yes, Honorable Speaker.
Okay. The Council for Governor, you may re-examine your witness.
Mr. Munene, I'll have a few questions for you, just for clarification.
Thank you.
Council for the Assembly starting point was on the governor's legal advisor.
Yes.
How many advisors does the governor have?
3. We have a political advisor, economic advisor, and legal advisor.
Mr. Munene, are you among the legal advisors?
No.
Thank you. You have been shown the legal advisory through an internal memo that was issued by the legal advisor. To you, is that in contention?
It is not.
As a legal practitioner, was it necessary for the name to be indicated?
Not necessary. It's an internal memo. It's actually it's a legal advice, not a legal opinion, as I did.
Thank you. Is there an active matter in court between the said Linda Kiome and the Honorable Governor?
There is.
Has that matter been determined yet?
No, it's still active.
Thank you. You are shown an affidavit by Linda Kiome. Do you have that affidavit with you?
Yes, I do.
When was the notice of intention to terminate issued?
It is dated 26th March 2024.
Was there a subsisting relationship as of December 2023, as a matter of fact?
Yes, there was.
Thank you. An insinuation or innuendo was passed that the advisor was unavailable completely. Are you in a position to confirm whether it was sporadic appearance or total shutdown, unavailability?
She was not totally unavailable. She was available, but there was perennial absence that was noted.
Thank you for that clarification.
And the other thing is that she was still earning a salary. So she was still an employee of the governor. She earned a salary until the date of the lapse of the notice. She was an employee until 30th April 2024. A legal advisor.
Thank you, Mr. Mnene. That will be all for this witness.
Honorable Senators, for those who wish to seek for clarification or questions or pose questions to the witness, this is the moment. Senator Muma.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I have some 2 or 3 questions to you, witness. The first question relates to charge number 1. Is there a difference between revocation and dismissal or removal from office? That is question number 1. Question number 2. Is the Secretary or CEO of the Meru County Public Service Board an ex-officio member, or they are a member they are a voting member of that board? And then finally, is it the practice that I can be a CEO of an institution and at the same time a holder of an office in the same institution? So I have taken leave of absence from being an officer in order to be a CEO in the same organization. Is that part of good governance practice in human resource? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable member. I start with the first question on revocation and dismissal. Those are, in my opinion, and which I believe is the opinion of the law, revocation is different from dismissal. An appointment is made pursuant to certain condition precedents of qualifications. And the moment the appointing authority realizes that those qualifications have not been met, they have that residual right to recall the appointment, which is technically revocation. It is recalling an appointment. Dismissal, it's a dismissal pursuant to Section 41 of the Employment Act. Thank you. The other question on whether the Secretary of the County Public Service Board is an ex officio member or a voting member, I confirm that the County Secretary, the Secretary of the County Public Service Board does not have a voting right in the County Public Service Board. As such, she's an ex officio member. And Article 251, Article 1 on their removal indicates, excludes actually ex officio member. Says that a member other than an ex officio member may be removed pursuant to that provision. So the Secretary of the County Public Service Board is not immune to provision of Section 58. Lastly, it is not good governance practice for a person to take a position of a CEO and continue to be a public officer in the same institution. The court has rendered its opinion on that severally, and it has indicated that you cannot freeze one position for 6 years, take another position, await the 6 years to lapse, and come back and purport to continue in that previous position that you had taken.
Senator Sige.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Munene, I derive my question from the two letters that you took us through in bundle 1B, that is the governor's evidence, appearing at page 170 and 175. The first one letter received on dated 5th of October 2023, received on the 12th of October 2023. And the second, which is of interest to me, is appearing at page 175, dated 6th of October 2023, received on 5th of December 2023. In that second memo, there is a gentleman, Gitobu Tunu, who is appointed to replace one Helen Bahati Matilu. Recall in your earlier letter, you indicated that the workforce within the office of the governor and the deputy governor comprised 29 employees. I can't see 29. Could you confirm that indeed that was the position, or the communication refers to a completely different person not within the employee of the deputy governor's personnel?
You may proceed to respond, witness.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable members. I confirm that Helen Bahati Matilu was the one that's being replaced. And in the letter that, that appears at page 173, it's of importance, the last paragraph indicates that whereas no request for appointment of an administrative officer was made from myself as the Chief of Staff under the Governor and Deputy Governor, be advised that there is an administrative officer at the Deputy Governor's office who was deployed and has been there from 23rd February 2023. To put this in context is that the Saint Ellen Bahati Matilu appointment had been revoked for having not genuine academic certificates. After the revocation, an administrative officer was deployed to that office of the Deputy Governor. And that is what it is confirming, that from 23rd February 2023, that administrative officer was in that office.
Senator Mogeni.
Yes, when I heard your introductions, you said you are county attorney.
No.
Yeah. Is CCM?
Just put the record straight.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm the CCM in charge of legal affairs, public service management, and administration.
Okay, that's even better for me. So there is an issue that has always caused problems for us. I just wanted to get clarification from you. Issue of public participation. So as a county attorney, I just wanted you to shed some light to us. When you do public participation, do you use your professional staff as a county, or it's in order for MCAs to conduct public participation on their own and prepare minutes? Maybe you could refer to page 355, volume 5, where I think minutes were taken and recorded by MCA. I've seen it in 340. It appears severally in the report that is before us. I wanted your comment. Then number 2, I just wanted you to look at the same bundle from page 27 all through to page 70. Okay?
Sorry, can we get the copy?
That is volume 5. I'm sure the lawyers will give you.
Thank you.
Okay? There are a number of photos.
Senator Mogeni, you had not more than 2 minutes. I will, under standing order number 1, give you 1 minute.
Have a look at those photos and just confirm to me whether there is, whether the people who did the public participation are staff of the county assembly or it was done by the public members themselves. Finally, I wanted you to respond to the issue that has been coming from court. Public participation needs to be quantitative, qualitative, and meaningful. If you go to page 463, the people who attended public participation are given as 3. Page 467, 3 people attended. 468, nobody attended. 471, 5 people. 485, 7. 541, 6. So, as an attorney from the county government of Meru, what would be your comment with the documents that we have where the attendance is given as 3, 7 people? Is that the normal practice when you do public participation? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Public participation, ordinarily, when it comes to the impeachment of a governor, is carried out by the staff of the county assembly. Although, under the county government, we have a Directorate of Public Participation and Civic Education, which is at the county executive. So I believe because of probably because of perceived conflict. That is why the County Assembly prefers to carry out public participation using their staff, the County Assembly staff. In my opinion, and I believe in the opinion of the law, there has been a decision on public participation. I believe the decision that was illegalizing the Finance Act 2023 to majorly dwelled on public participation. It needs to be qualitative, quantitative, and there has to be a report to the parties or to the participants. They need to know what is the outcome of this public participation. Public participation means there are some number of pages in the document that has been computed. You find that there are few participants, 1, 2, 3. Others, like the document that I'm in, page 468, it appears that it has not been recorded as having any participants. I believe it's due to the exigencies of time within which the County Assembly has to process an impeachment motion the moment that it has been tabled. They have to carry out public participation within 7 days, and they have also to debate that motion between 7 to 10 days, within 7 to 10 days. So in this particular case, public participation was allegedly carried out during the same day, on one day, in the 45 warrants. And a notice that was given for that participation was a 4 days notice. So the reason why that why we have a very low turnout, I believe partly is because of the short notice, and partly also because, probably those who decided to abstain did not support the motion.
Dixon Munene, in LSK portal, you have indicated that your workplace is Okubasu and Munene Advocates. Why is it so? And your CCM of Meru, you are the CCM that has been appointed to serve in Meru, but in your LSK portal you have indicated that you work at Munene and Okubasu Advocates. Can you clarify that for me? Secondly, on the issue of the legal advisor, yesterday she contested that the legal advice or the letter that was being purported being tabled as the memo, she didn't sign. And in her submission, she said that she needed to brief you before briefing the governor as a legal advisor. Number 3, and finally, Mr. Speaker, sir, when you look at the letter by Transitional Authority, the governor has been given personal staff. In your affidavit, you have indicated that the governor has pushed to reduce the number of staff. But quick assessment in page 171, 1B, volume 1B, governor has 4 drivers, so I presume he has 4 vehicles, and he has 5 support staff who are not indicated. Is this in line with the circular that was issued with Transitional Authority in your submission? Finally, under the same letter, all correspondence and communications should be and must be the county secretary. Are you the county secretary of Meru? Are you the CCM? Or are you the legal advisor? Can you clarify? Because you have witnessed in letters that has not even been copied to you as the CCM in charge of legal affairs. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Witness, proceed to respond.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I start from the portal that appears, indicates that I practice in the firm of Okubasu and Munene Advocates. That was my former workplace before I joined the county executive. I need to follow up with the LSK to make the changes. I note that they have not been made there. 2, on the issue of, sorry, I seem to have lost the trail of that.
You didn't get the question?
Sorry, Mr. Speaker, I didn't get the other questions.
On the pen, so that we don't go back to it. Senator Chirange, just pose it again.
Mine, Mr. Speaker, quickly, under page 171, volume 1B, the letter that has been part of the evidence, in the breakdown of governor's personal staff, there are 4 drivers, so I presume there are 4 vehicles, and there are 5 staff that their job description has not been indicated. So the question should be, in your affidavit, you have indicated the governor is trying to bring down the wage bill. And finally, the final question was, under the same letter by the Transitional Authority, all communications and correspondence should be and must be through the county secretary. So my question is, are you CCM in CCM? Are you county secretary or are you legal advisor? Who are you in Meru? It looks like you are the king of Meru and we don't know. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is indeed page 171, volume 1B of the governor's documents. It indicates that there are the governor's 4 designated drivers. I believe the governor has 3 vehicles. There has to be a reliever. There is also the issue of the support staff. That is as per the Transitional Authority advisory, where it talks of support, a few support staff. On the issue as to whether I am the CCM, the county secretary of the King of Meru County, I confirm that I am the CCM. I'm not a county secretary. There is a county secretary by the name Dr. Kiambi Atheru.
Senator Richard Onyonka.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just needed clarity on the charge of illegally dismissing Dr. Ntoire. I think you're aware of that case. That also includes Paul Maniki, Kenneth Kinuthi Mbaye, and Joseph Kithure. Right. I wanted to ask you, could you confirm to this House if indeed these officers were dismissed by the governor? And if so, what procedure did she use to dismiss them? If she's the one who did the dismissals, or was legal procedure followed? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I can confirm that the officers were not dismissed by the governor. They was the gravamen of that dispute was that they were sent on compulsory leave by the county secretary, the former county secretary. They disputed that letter sending them on compulsory leave. They went to court. The court stayed the decision to send them on compulsory leave. They came back, served their term. Some of them resigned, like Dr. Ntoire resigned after the court stayed the decision sending them on compulsory leave. Another one did not resume. The other 2 served their term, the contract term, until it lapsed. So there is no instance or incidence of dismissal. They were never dismissed.
Senator Mutinda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In regards to the letter by the legal counsel, Madam Linda, she was here yesterday. She really did indicate that, according to her, in short, this letter is just fake. And in her qualifications, she cannot actually put the composition of the wordings. I listened to you, and you also at some point really acknowledge that the standard of this letter is not to a level of a qualified legal person. At this point, are you on the same page with Madam Linda that truly this letter looks or it is fake? And secondly, there has been issues in some of the positions, case example, the chair positions in different boards, that there are no appointees. In your acts, it is key and mandatory to have chairpersons who form the composition of any committee. What was your legal advice to the governor as far as, case example, the County Revenue Board, which up to date does not have a chairperson? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Member. The letter by the legal advisor, let me make this categorical. I did not indicate that that letter is fake. As to the advice that is given there, I do not see any mediocrity or mediocre in the legal advice that is given there. This is an advice that was being given to a governor who does not have the background of legal knowledge. So it is a simplistic letter that is meant for the consumption of the governor. On composition of the appointment of the County Revenue Board chairperson, the advice that I gave the governor is that the law requires, Section 6 of the County Revenue Board Act requires that the governor should appoint the chairperson, who is supposed to be through the approval, upon the approval of the county assembly, and 2 other members. The same act indicates that in the absence of the chairperson, one of the members or the vice chairperson will take over the role of the chairperson. Indeed, the governor forwarded 3 names to the county assembly for approval. That is the chairperson and the 2 members. When this delayed, the delay in the approval persistent, and the 2 members that had been, the 3 members, that is the chairperson and 2 other members, served their term up to 14th December when it lapsed, I advised the governor, since the law does not strictly require the approval of these 2 members by the county assembly, my advice to the governor that she can proceed and appoint the 2 members and leave the position of the chairperson vacant until it has been approved by the assembly. And these 2 members, together with the CEO and the chief officer finance, would constitute the revenue board. And that way the bond will be able to run without any issues.
Thank you. Senator Wambua.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I've followed submissions by Munene and the other witnesses. There is a very simple way of settling this conflict on this legal advice. Mr. Speaker, I would want the witness to tell the House or submit to the House who has custody of the original copy of the legal advice.
Witness, proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We can endeavor to get that copy of the original copy. Indeed, from the office of the governor, I believe it is this private secretary.
Mr. Munene, you know we have to conclude this hearing by today. And you knew that that particular legal advice was there was a lot of contention that was surrounding this particular piece of legal advice. In the morning, the County Assembly Council, in fact, made an application that the original copy be produced. And I ruled that that will be handled when the team of the governor will get to the space where they will want to rely on that particular legal advice. If that legal advice is still your evidence, then before we close, it must be looked at by the honorable senators so that we conclude this debate as to whether it is fake or is not fake.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I believe that the legal team for the governor's hand.
Because in the absence of the original copy, each side will basically settle for their own opinion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Senator Wambua.
Mr. Speaker, I do not want to guide you on this, but I would request that you give that as a directive, that at a point that is appointed by you, that advice then should be made available to us so that it helps us to make a decision. I think.
I will not direct the team of the governor on how best to present their case. If you feel withholding the original makes your case stronger, then so be it. If you feel by producing the original makes your case stronger, then so be it. It's really within your powers.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm humbly guided by your directions and the discretion for the defense team to avail or not to avail. But I was making a humble request that in the event the same is availed, that you grant the county assembly an opportunity to recall that particular witnesses for purpose of identification of that document. I am most humbled.
Very well. Senator Mungatana.
Mr. Speaker, I am asking the witness this question again. The witness, Linda, explained very clearly to the House that she was requested or directed by the governor to work with you. Now, from my understanding, and that's why I'm seeking your clarification, working with you, working with the minister in that department means that she was working under you, technically. So can you clarify to us whether this legal advice, when it was being written, was it cleared by you? Were you aware of it before it left the department to go to the governor? Just clear for us, because then it might help us to know the authenticity of this letter. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable members, I was aware of this legal advice when it was sent to the governor. We discussed about this issue. Indeed, we used to work together as a team. We used to discuss issues together, especially on legal issues. We used to consult with the legal advisor severally. Most of the time, it would be when there's a legal issue that needs to be addressed, we won't work together. And I can confirm that when this legal advice was dispatched to the governor, I was aware.
Now, honorable senators, due to the time factor, we will terminate this witness at that. And the team of the governor, do you still have more witnesses you want to call? You may now proceed to call them. Call the next witness.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Our next witness is Evans Mawera.
Clerk, how many minutes do we have for the team of the governor so that they can prepare themselves accordingly on how to manage that time? So the governor's team, you have 1 hour, 25 minutes. Not just for this witness, but for all the remaining witnesses. And the county assembly, you have 32 minutes to do your cross-examination on the remaining witnesses. Yes, Senator Fernandi.
Mr. Speaker, just your indulgence and guidance. When just under 1 minute, when CPA Ibrahim Mutwiri Kirimi, who was the CCM of Finance, appeared, I asked a clarification question on his standing at the ISPAC, where the membership number was 10955 and membership status is active and status is not in good standing. But in his submission, Mr. Speaker, mark you under Oaths and Statutory Declaration ACAP 15, Mr. Speaker, under Section 11, when you don't follow the oath that you have given, the law is punishable at that. Mr. Speaker, I have gone ahead and obtained from the ISPAC website, and I want to table to the House and for the information to indicate that CPA Kirimi Ibrahim W. Mutwiri was not honest by saying that is in good standing, yet from the ISPAC itself, it says not in good standing. Mr. Speaker, I beg to table and maybe...
Senator Fernandez, I'm afraid I may not allow you to table that document unless you get it certified by ISPAC.
Okay.
You have just sought clarification from the witness who just been stood down. And from the website, it still indicates that he's an associate or a partner in a law firm. Yes. Whereas indicated that he left a while ago, but it's only that the information had not been updated. So unless we get a certified copy of a document from ISPAC indicating that particular information, I'm afraid I will not allow you to table that document. You know what to do, so you don't need to seek my permission. Yeah. Yes.
You know, Mr. Speaker, these are quasi-judicial proceedings. This is a professional. He's being condemned without being given a chance to say his side of the story. This document would have been introduced and given to the witness when he was on the witness box. But I think if we now produce it, table it, it becomes a public document without his side of the story, we would have condemned him and had, Mr. Speaker.
Well, if it was satisfied, if it was certified, I wouldn't mind recalling the witness so that he has a chance to also explain his side. But downloading from the website isn't good enough. Counsel, you may proceed with your witness.
I, Evans Moira Karia, do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before the Senate in respect of the matters before the Senate shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. Confirm your full names and the position you hold within Meru County.
As I've stated, my name is Evans Moira Karia. I do represent a ward called Mitungu Ward, that is in South Imenti, Meru County. I'm also a second-term serving MCA, and I was formerly the immediate former majority leader of the County Assembly of Meru, of the UDA party in the Assembly, and I was also the mover of the last impeachment motion that was prosecuted in this Honorable Senate, and it was deemed that all the counts were unsubstantiated.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. You have sworn an affidavit that you have produced before the Senate. Confirm that it's the one appearing at page 36 of volume 1 of the governor's response. Confirm that that is your affidavit.
I do confirm.
You do confirm. Attached to your affidavit is also authority to swear, where several members of the County Assembly of Meru have given you authority to plead and swear this affidavit on their behalf. Can you confirm that?
I do confirm that 17 members have given me authority to plead on their behalf.
Honorable Senators, that document appears on the last page, just after page 50. It is not paginated, but it should be page 51. Just after 50, there is authority to swear.
that has been attached to the affidavit. Confirm that you have the authority of all these members of County Assembly to stand here and offer evidence on their behalf, and if that is the case, why do you have that authority?
I do confirm that members who have appended their signature have given me the authority, and this is because it's a large number that they couldn't all appear here in the Honorable Senate to testify or be witnesses.
Thank you so much. You have also alluded to the fact that you were the mover of the previous motion for impeachment against the governor of Meru. Confirm that that is the motion that has been attached to volume 2 of the governor's response.
I do confirm.
You do confirm?
Yes.
We sat here yesterday, Mr. Witness, and we watched the mover of the current motion, one Zipporah Kenya. Do you know of her relationship with the previous motion for impeachment? And what kind of relationship is there?
Yes, I know one Honorable Zipporah Kenya, the mover of the present motion, very well. And she played a key role in drafting the previous motion. She sat down in the small team that finally came up with the motion that was brought in the previous impeachment motion in the Senate. And also, Zipporah Kenya, Honorable Zipporah Kenya, took the position of the Deputy Majority Leader due to the fact that once I decided to support the governor, I was removed from that position.
We are heading there, Mr. Witness. For now, confirm that indeed you took the motion for impeachment last year from the current mover of the motion, that it was indeed a motion, but you took that motion from her. Is that the position?
I didn't take the motion from her, but once the small team sat down, it was decided that the motion has to be moved by the leader of the majority party then, and that's when it became my motion.
So it is your evidence then that the instructions to move the impeachment motion last year was a party position?
Yes, I do. I do state that.
And by party position, what party are you referring to and at what level?
The UDA party, the leadership at the county level. Since before we moved that motion, the then Secretary General of the UDA party had called me and told me that clearly that should not be prosecuted as the position of the UDA party, but that it was a party affair. That is the UDA party affair at the county level.
The governor was here last year and she's here again this year. And her defense has always been that she's being of Meru. Having participated in the impeachment process last year and now participating in this process again, but on her side, would you care to shed light on whether you are aware of any political influence from the political leadership of Meru, and if so, what kind of influence is there?
That is the position, and maybe, Honorable Speaker, I can give a little narration of how we came up with the second impeachment motion. After political leaders in Meru felt that the governor had gone rogue, members of the county assembly were mobilized upon party lines, and the first party to do that was the UDA party, where personally I was called by the UDA county coordinator then, and he called me for a meeting. And in that meeting that I attended with the majority whip of the UDA party in the assembly, we met with the chair of MP's caucus, one Honorable Rindikiri, who is also a UDA member, and also Honorable Kaduri Moronge, who is the Senator of Meru. And we made a decision that we have to communicate to other UDA members that it is the position of the party at that moment that we have to withdraw all the support for the governor within and without the assembly, and that we are to introduce a new impeachment motion that We call UDA party members or members of the county assembly belonging to the UDA party, and we communicated the same and issued a press conference to that effect. Other parties followed suit, that is Jubilee Party, NOPEO Party, BAS Party, DP. So all the assembly parties issued the same directive that members were to support the impeachment of the governor that we brought to the Senate in the last impeachment motion.
Thank you. Kindly give us the composition of party membership within the Meru County Assembly. How many members are there from each of the political parties?
The Meru County Assembly is comprised of 69 members, that is 45 elected members and 24 nominated members, where the largest party is the UDA party, but with a small margin of the majority, that is 21 members. The next party with or the minority party is the BAS party, which has got 20 members. Then we have Jubilee, which has got 11 members. We have PNU, we have NOPEO, we have DP, and also we have independents.
So is it your testimony that all these political parties were united in the quest to remove the governor of Meru?
That is true.
And we also watched the move of the current motion on TV, saying that it is the business of the Meru County Assembly to impeach the governor. And I was quick to translate the use of the word business into the Swahili language, biashara, connoting that there was monetary benefit by people who participate in the impeachment of the governor. Are you aware of any monetary incentives by people who either support the impeachment motion or any reprimand for any person that does not support the impeachment motion?
Yes, it is true that members of the assembly do benefit financially during these impeachment processes. And because I'm on oath, I can only state that it was during the first impeachment motion that was defeated in this Honorable Senate that there was no inducement. The second one, there was a lot of inducement. And even this one, I believe there's a lot of inducement. And those who have not been in support of the impeachment motion have severely suffered on the hands of the assembly.
Let us talk about the incentives that you're talking about. What nature are those incentives and where do they come from?
For example, right now when we are here in this, during these proceedings, members have been facilitated for more than 5 days to be in Nairobi, where they draw per diems and DSAs. And also, I'm aware that during this process, members